Hello everyone, it's Kirk from The Next Level Now. I don't know about you, but I've had some experience with Ikea furniture. For a while, my wife was kind of hung up on that, and I'm not sure if it was the price or if it was the way it was designed or if she just liked wandering through the store. But we ended up redoing my son's bedroom, and he has an ensuite bathroom upstairs. And this was a number of years ago. And we bought a new sink, double sink for the bathroom with the cabinets underneath it from Ikea. We bought new furniture, a new bed, a new dresser, a new bureau, all of these things, a new chair. And they all came in these little skinny boxes that were maybe 4 to 6 inches thick and, maybe 3 or 4 foot wide and about 6 foot long. We had a van, and my van rode home like that because we had all that stuff in there. And I thought, well, this is cool. We can put this together. It's going to save us some money. And I started. And as I started putting this thing together, this IKEA furniture comes from one of the Scandinavian countries someplace. There are no words on the directions. The directions are a sheet of paper with pictures. And the picture has this smiling guy with his big sausage nose hanging down there. And it's showing you to put this labeled part A and that labeled part B. And you can't tell which hole to put A into. It was a nightmare. I took that furniture apart and put it back together probably 6 to 8 times before I finally got it together. And when I finally did have it together and I brought it up, my wife says, "Oh, I think you have this backwards." And she pulled it apart and put it together a different way. My point is, if you have clear directions, if you have clear instructions, it's so much easier to do. IKEA may have directions that are clear to somebody from Scandinavia, but for a dumb old chiropractor out here in Western Pennsylvania, it was all gibberish. But you see, the same thing comes with doing things that we need to do in our lives. As younger people, we learned to fly by the seat of our pants. That's how we did it. Our lives were so easy at home. Our parents did such a good job for us that we got up, they pushed us out the door, we got on the bus, we went to school, we came home, they yelped at us a little bit, we did a little bit of, pretended to do a little bit of homework, we ate our supper, and we went out and played, or we watched TV until we went to bed. It was, wash, rinse, repeat, clear through high school. And then when you got to college, you started to learn a little bit. Oh, geez, I don't have any clean underwear. Oh yeah, mom's not here anymore. You start to learn a little bit, but that still carries over into life. And then once you start to really get busy and you're working on your career, or you're working to be even a stay-at-home mother, taking care of everything that they take care of, the house, the laundry, the food, the cooking, the cleaning, the children, the running, it gets crazy. And if you have IKEA directions, you're toast. You can't do it. What I have learned is to have actually an appointment schedule book, an appointment book. And I write down what needs to be done 2 or 3 days in advance onto that book. And when I do that, those are pretty well cast in stone as to what needs to be done and when. If I don't put it on as a time, it's not going to happen. And I have learned over the years that my time, when I do that, is my time. Because it never fails. There's going to be someone, a family member, a neighbor, a friend, a relative who comes in and needs you for an emergency. And their emergency means you have to drop everything that you're doing and you have to go run and help them. Only to find out once you get started that their emergency doesn't have to be finished for another 10 days to 2 weeks. It was an emergency because they thought of it and they wanted it done then. So now your project is sitting there and now gets kicked over into the next day and crowds your appointment book that way. Tell people when they ask you to drop everything and run, look, I have this and this that's been on my appointment book for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and I'm going to get it done today because that's when it's scheduled. I want to help you. Would this time help you? Or could we find another time that would help you? If they insist, then ask them, well, when is the last possible moment that I could get away with helping you before this whole thing blows up in your face? And what you're going to find is that they're more pressed because it's on their mind to do it when they're thinking of it than a true emergency. So I hope that these little lessons that I've experienced in life are giving you some insight onto doing some things that might help you as you progress along on your journey to reaching the next level now. Please go to the Next Level Now Facebook page, check out some of our videos, go to Tamika Thomas Facebook page, check out her stuff. She has some wonderful, wonderful things. Her whole idea and her whole concept of storytelling, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the video on it, please go check this out. It's an amazing way to think. It's just so helpful. And keep watching for other things that we put up here, because the Next Level Now is growing into something that is going to be amazing for you to behold. It's going to be so helpful as we reach to take you to that next level. All right. Thanks, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.